So this can be used to benchmark regardless of differences in size, discipline, publication type, and so on. So it is better than this. So because it's field weighted. So the other popular index which is used is H index, of course. So that means H, in this case, H papers of a given individual have been cited at least H times. Okay. So that is where the H index comes. So you keep on, you rank order all the, suppose you want to calculate your H index, you rank order all your papers in the decreasing order of citations. Okay, so the paper with the largest number of citations will be rank 1, next 2, 3, and so on. And you keep on going down the list until you come to, say, the 10th, if the 10th paper in that ranked list has 10 citations, then you stop there. And if the 11th paper has less than 10, then you stop. That's where you stop. So therefore, this allows you to calculate the H index of person. So for example, if a person has few highly cited papers, then there are a lot of problems even with this. The number of citations, a few will be, H index will be low because a person only has few highly cited papers. If you have a large number of highly cited papers, then the H index will be high, of course. So this part is okay. But then you also, cannot distinguish between a selective researcher and the person who just publishes a lot of papers. In this case, the selective researcher is, has only a few papers, but all the papers the researcher produces all have good impact, so are all cited well. Whereas this person publishes a lot, and then but still each one has low impact. So this person low impact, this person has very high impact, but publishes a few, so it drops off dramatically. So in both cases, the H index is high. Whereas if you were looking at what impact the person has, then you would typically say the selective researcher, because has published a few very high quality papers, is probably better in the area. So also, that's what depends on your philosophy. But most people would say that it is better to publish a few but very high impact selective researcher. But it depends on your philosophy. You see, some people publish a lot but with high impact. That is the ideal case. Where you publish a lot but also have high impact with your papers. But when you compare these two cases, where this person publishes a lot of low quality papers, okay, and just is able to, because all the maximum citations this person has is only here, whereas this person has very much higher citations. So
it is very interesting that you are using all mathematics to calculate the H index impact factor, and the mathematics has got lowest impact factor. H square plus A square greater than less than divided by. It is very
So the thing is that this one,
you do that area divided by the L2 area.
You can have many variations.
U1 area divided by L2 area.
Yeah, it captures other aspects of the research. Yes. I agree.
Yeah. See, Hershfield index is seen with I-10.
No, I-10 is how many papers have 10 citations. H index, yeah, 10 or more. So that is, so you are setting a minimum benchmark. Whereas H index is how many papers, if you rank order them, how many, at least 10 papers have 10 citations.
Then I understand. Yeah. See, if you are an old researcher, high H index.
Yes, I agree.
Right? So
Yeah.
it has a time function also.
Agree.
And
Agree.
this curve is not linear.
Yes.
In any case, it does
Yeah.
exponential.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, all these problems are there, with H index.
Next slide talks about the time.
Yeah. So that's what exactly it says here. the stage of your career, two researchers could have the same H index, but drastically different citation records. For example, the early career assistant professor was published only a few, but very highly cited. So obviously, this person is doing very well. But still, he has, at that stage in the career, he has published only 4 papers, so only H index 4. Whereas this person has 12 papers, but without many citations, overall. But still, somehow 4 papers have got 4 citations, which is very ordinary. Minimum of 4 citations, whereas this person, even though the H index is 4, the citations are much higher. But the person has published only few, so it is bounded above by the number of papers the person has published. So it's obviously a problem. So this is one problem with H index, and it also does not distinguish. It does not matter in some areas like mathematics and so on, but in some areas it matters whether you are the first author, or the middle author, or the senior author. Last author. So the H index does not distinguish between these things. Whether you are the middle author or that, you get the same. And also the citations could be either due to positive or negative, references. Some paper can be so wrong, everybody cites this to criticize the paper. That also will get a lot of citations, even though it's for the wrong reason. So that's also a problem. But the big advantage compared to H index. As I said, even H index is not a good index. What you should just look is citations per paper. But the H index does not take into account the impact factor, which is a very good thing. That is, you could be publishing in, say, current science, and suppose the work is very fundamental. Then when it gets cited 1,000 times, you get the credit for it. Whereas in impact factor, you will never get the credit for it. Even if you win the Nobel Prize based on that work you publish in current science, your impact factor will be only from that journal 0.9. That's all. So it does not look at the impact of individual work, whereas the citations look at the impact of individual. So now let's go to university rankings. So there are many university rankings. I have mentioned a few here, and of course we have our own national ranking now in NIRF. So I will discuss a few of these rankings. So you have PhD ranking, where 30% is given to teaching, 30% to research, 30% to citations, and 7.5% to international outlook, and 2.5% to industry income. Okay, we'll go down, rather than self-seen. So
Can we
Can you just go to the first slide?
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
I missed that. On the first slide.
Yeah.
Yes,
The first one. Previous one.
Previous one. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. These are some of the rankings, but there are even others which are there. But probably these 3 are those which are used quite often, other than the national one, which is NIRF. And US, of course, has its own rankings, which is US News and World Reports. They don't bother about any other rankings other than the US News and World Reports. So there is their own. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So this gives you the breakdown of the each methodology. So you have 30 listing, and it also gives you the breakdown of each of this, how it is broken down further. Okay. So in this, we go one by one to each of these sub areas. So as you can see, there are multiple parameters that they use. Okay. And one single parameter which has a maximum influence is citations.
So what is the reputation?
I'll come to that. Yeah. So this just tells you again. And then, so this is how it's broken down. 30%, 15% goes to the reputational survey, 4.5% to student staff ratio, and 2.25 to doctorate to bachelor's ratio, and the number of doctorates awarded per faculty is 6%, and institutional income per faculty 2.25. Now let's look at each one of them separately. So reputational survey, this carries 15% of the weightage. So here, basically the 2018 they conducted a reputation survey, okay, and it attracted about 10,000 responses from 138 countries, and this 2018 data was combined with the 2017 data, giving about 20,000 responses. So this survey is based basically on this, the marks is based basically on this survey. What they ask typically, if you have seen one of those surveys, is they will not give you any list. They will not tell you rank this university. They will just say rank the top 10 universities in the world. Okay. Then they will say rank the top 10 universities in India and so on. Okay. So basically, very much depends on what you are familiar with. Okay. So internationally,
also the recollect memory. Also the recollect memory.
Of course, of course. So basically, for example, you know, everybody would have heard of, if you are ranking internationally, everybody would have heard of Harvard, Princeton, Stanford and all that. Everybody would put their names, you know.
For example, in NIRF, they provide the list. State universities, central universities,
yes.
IITs, all the list is provided. You have to choose from that list. It is not that you have to recall from the memory.
No, this are talking about PhD, not this.
NIRF is just in infancy. NIRF has been just been introduced.
But
And this times higher education old system.
but we are waiting for last 2-3 years. So this
We are
is
talking
already
about
provided.
times higher education.
Times higher education. So this is a times higher education ranking. So where this depends very much on how the institution is perceived in general, you know, how much reputation it has. So in this teaching survey, each respondent can name at most 15 universities that they believe to be the best in teaching. Always you can never rank your own university, so you can only rank others. Okay. So again, it depends on how much knowledge you have about other universities. Okay.
How are these
So-
respondents selected?
That is, they have their own database, and within that they choose randomly. So yeah.
And each journal is doing surveys,
Sorry, each?
journals also. They are
Oh, journals also. Okay.
And they asked us to fill the questionnaire.
Okay. But this is done at a global level by this times higher education.
In that way, most of the Western university they
I agree. Yeah. So the reputational survey, it will be very difficult to beat them. But it's not as if others have not come up. You know, for example, Chinese universities now are very highly ranked, and National University of Singapore and NTU are now very highly ranked. So people have come up. In fact, for them, the reputation survey, they have many strategies. I'll come to those. You know, how you can sort of, by having a lot of visitors, holding a lot of conferences, and these people go into many conferences. So that way you raise the profile of your university.
we have to make our reputation.
So this is a geographical distribution. So 22% of the respondents were from North America, 30% from Asia. That's why you see that quite a few Chinese and Singapore universities have come up. So in some sense it gives them an advantage also. So we should also exploit that. And then 26% from Europe.
Very few from India. Very few from India.
Well, India, no, this includes, Asia includes India also. So it's 32%.
See, if you distribute by authors, not by demographic, there are 20,000 authors writing these many papers. So every author should be sent. Then you reconnect. Some may not respond. 50% will not respond at all.
Agree. Yeah.
Why can't such surveys can be done?
Yeah, they do. I mean, but it's very, they send to lot many. What they have shown is 20,000 is only who have responded.
No.
They send to many more.
Really, earlier I used to fill up, but now for last 2 years I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, it's also, it's not sent to all. They send to many, but it's random in that sense. Randomly surveyed.
What is 2% in India, right?
Sorry? No, that's Middle East.
Middle East.
Africa 2%, Latin America 5%. Asia is fine that way. This is in fact the largest, 22%.
Asia and Australia both.
Which one?
32%.
Asia, yeah.
Major representation is by China.
China, of course.
No, Australia is also there, I think. That's why that percent is large. Because in Australia also research rate is very high.
But subjects are all not equally represented. Engineering technology, 18% of the respondents belong to this. Physical science, 15%. Clinical and health, 13%. Arts and humanities, only 7.5%. So obviously, if a university is very good in arts and humanities, and only 7.5% are from that area, they will not know anything about that, those universities. So that again is biased in that sense. And then next is student to staff ratio. Here doctorate to bachelor's ratio is 2.25%. That is how committed, this essentially measures how committed an institution is to nurturing the next generation of academics. And the number of doctorates awarded per faculty member is 6%. So again, this normalized to take into account university's unique subject mix, because number of doctorates varies by disciplines. In arts and humanities you will not have many, in the biology you will have many, and so on. So it is normalized based on that. The institutional income per faculty member is 2.25%. So this is how much money you get in, so in terms of research projects, industry grants, and so on. But this is normalized as per the purchasing power parity, okay, which is roughly around 18 rupees to a dollar. So whereas the actual exchange rate is 72 rupees to a dollar, but the PPP is only 18 rupees to a dollar. So in that sense, in PPP the rupee is much stronger, compared to the actual exchange rate. And in IIC we did sort of an exercise because PPP measures everything, how much it costs to take a haircut, how much to buy some food, and so on. So for a research university, we thought let's do a better calculation for PPP. What we did is we calculated all money spent on equipment, consumables, etc. using 70 rupees to a dollar. Okay, because you are paying in dollars, you are getting all, you are importing all the things. Okay, but on the other hand, salaries, etc., we did by a factor of 5. Looking at the average salaries here and in abroad. Okay, so even we do that very interestingly, it still gives a PPP of rupees 18 to a dollar, even if you do this. Okay. Because often people say that people complain that you cannot use PPP because you are importing all equipment in dollars. So it's the same expenditure whether you are in the US or in India if you are buying an equipment. But this analysis shows that even with that, even if you take into account, still you get a PPP of only 18 rupees. And then research, again there is a reputational survey the same way. Each respondent is asked both about research quality and teaching quality. So this is the research quality. Research income per faculty member is 6%, and the number of papers published per faculty, which is normalized for the area, which is 6%. So reputational survey based, I've already talked about this. It's the same survey which is used, and research income is again uses PPP model, and it's normalized for subjects, since say in biology, etc., the research grants can be much bigger compared to say in arts and humanities. And number of papers published per faculty member, which is normalized for the area, is under 6%. So this looks at the Scopus database and scaled for institutional size, and it's also normalized for the subject. So they do the normalization for every area. Then this is the single biggest contributor to the ranking, which is citations normalized for subject area. So this average number of times the university's published work is so all indexed publications between 2013 and 17 are looked at, and how many citations to these publications are made in the 6 years from 2013 to 2018. Okay, so you go 1 year ahead for the citations. So you look at publication only up to 2017, but citations are looked at till 2018. And these data were normalized to look for, subject normalization was done. And another interesting thing they did was they did a country-adjusted citation index. That is, India got a higher weightage compared to US, because India, given that number of researchers of Indian origin here are less, so Indian ranking gets a boost because of this, because of their country-adjusted weightage. And papers with more than 1,000 authors are handled separately, so that all these big collaborations don't get an undue advantage. So you get a minimum of 5% citations, and more co-authors receive, if there are many co-authors in that paper, you receive more citations. More, And the international outlook is the ratio of international to domestic students and the ratio of international to domestic staff. These are the two areas where Indian universities do badly. But still, I think one should not be, sometimes the temptation is to blame the entire thing on this. Oh, we don't have international students, we don't have international faculty, so our rankings are bad, But look at this, it's only 7.5%. The main thing is, main thing is the citations. One single metric which has the maximum impact is citations per paper. So that is a hard metric. It does not depend on reputation. It does not depend on anything. It's just how many papers you have published. Even there, of course, there's a problem that if you are publishing sitting in Harvard or Princeton, obviously your paper probably will get cited more than when you are publishing from an Indian institution. But they do a normalization for that, while they do a country adjustment for that citation impact. So I think one should be careful by just looking at these rankings, just not to blame everything on the international thing. There's only a small portion of the ranking. Okay, I think we have to be more honest and say that no, these are the areas we are lacking in and how we make up in those areas.
So what will happen, sir, if one university has been more publication, more and same citation, another university is less publication and same citation?
That's what. That's where this metric is better. So if you have more citations and same per papers, your impact will be more. Your ranking will be more. So because it's normalized to the papers, number of papers. And then in fraction of papers that are foreign co-authors is 2.5%. So essentially it tells you, how international your research is. Again, this is normalized for the subject area. And industrial income is 2.5%. Again, scale to PPP. So that is, and then for subject rankings, they have slightly different, weightages. For example, in clinical, in arts and humanities, more weightage is given to teaching and research and less to citations per paper. It's only 50% for them. Whereas in engineering and technology, you have more weightage given to citations per paper compared to this. And in clinical life sciences, even more weightage is given to citations compared to the other areas. So because it depends on the area. Social sciences often you publish as books and so on. They're not, not cited so much. How many books can you publish every year? You publish once a year or once in 2 years. So the number of citations is going to be very less. So therefore they give less weightage to that, to the citations. So this is 2019. Probably it has been updated. This slightly old. This year I think one more may have come. So you have the usual things. Oxford, Cambridge, Stanford, MIT, Caltech, Harvard, Princeton, Yale.
The three twice.
Sorry? Oh, that means both are equally ranked, So, this is the previous rank. Sorry, previous rank. 3. At that time, they were jointly ranked as Stanford and Caltech were jointly ranked as 3. And so the 4 is skipped, therefore you see the next is 5. So here you have IISc, surprisingly IIT Indore, because it had a lot of citations per paper was very high. So IIT Indore has come up very dramatically just because of this metric. All other metrics it's quite low, but the citations, because that carries a lot of weight, it came up very high. We'll have to see now what happens. So you again have the usual IITs and so on. And
IIT Indore had very high citations.
Yeah, per paper. It again depends. All these things you have to see the trend over many years. 1 year you cannot. This just came up in 1 year. Because again, as was pointed out earlier, one single paper which had may have been published that year. Who knows? So all these things you have to watch for 5 years or 6 years. Would be then you sort of see the trend. Whether some institutions doing very well or not.
How the GSS came?
That's what, again, depends. You see, one paper.
Top 100 of the NRIF, this GSS.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I told you. You cannot look at it with 1 year, because this 1 year, you see, the only Others it's all very low. Research is 7.7 and so on. This 8. So you should see it's not as if it's very high. It's all 401 to 500.
But it was nowhere.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. You should not never look at it for 1 year. You see, this year they might have had one paper with some collaboration and thing which got a lot of citations and so on. So it gets pushed up 1 year. Then next year, typically in such cases, it will come down. So, or if you look at it over a period of 5 years. That's why I'm saying 1 year you should not look at it. You should look at full data. So 1 years. So.
वहाँ 80 हो गया ना citation?
नहीं, वो तो very good. The ranking effect पे काम
And you should also remember, see, at this stage, when you're talking 400 to 500 rankings, it's very noisy. Even small things can change the ranking here and there, So you should not really look at this very, see. So.
But it should be normalized. It should be normalized. 1 year this improvement should be normalized.
No, that's why you have to look at the trend over. You have to look at the trend over many years. That's what.
What is the situation of any Indian university, sir?
800 to 900.
800, yeah, they come below 600.
IITs, there are other universities.
Yeah, they come below this. Yeah, so.
600, 600.
Where is
Aims, this was. I don't know, aims may not be counted because you have to have an undergraduate.
Arts and
Ravi, do you have? Do you know?
नहीं कौन है पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी among the Indian university Punjab university is ranking first.
It used to be very high. In fact, it used to be #1 in India because they had this high energy particle experimentalist.
Physics.
Which 3,000 authors getting huge citations. Once they changed the ranking, it fell down.
Actually, the institutions which have Phoenix collaboration, though their citation is very high.
Yes.
For example, there are many people. One person from Phoenix collaboration has highest citation in India.
So then what sort of strategies for improvement? How do you improve your rankings? Okay. So for example, the first thing has to be done very carefully. You can encourage faculty from other Indian institutions, make them aware of your institution. You cannot tell them to rank you higher, that will be wrong, morally wrong. So, but you can give the information to them, make them aware of how your institution is doing, and so that they will recollect. As was pointed out, recollect is also very important. Whether you recollect that name at the time when you are filling out the survey.
I think the best approach maybe we can ask them to become examiners at a different level so that they can visit the university and then they will be having a good perception.
All those could be done. Yes. They can be asked to come and give
talks. Or we can host a conference so that the people they can download.
Yes. Yeah. That's what is the next point, which actively take part in international conferences. So especially young faculty and students should go there because that's when they're starting out the career. They have to make themselves known and the institution known. And actively promote international collaborations. As you know, now you have Spark and all those stars. So many things have come up which you can use. And you also have a large number of academic visitors using programs like Gyan, Vajra, and so on. So they come. Yes, of course. So you have, so you can get large number of academic visitors to campus, and then you can recruit professional staff to publish your research, publicize your research achievements. In the foreign universities, you have a media staff who sort of try to put out stories in the papers.
Propaganda officers. There are propaganda officers also. They appoint propaganda officers.
So a lot of things can be done. And then when another thing which can do is when distinct delegations come from other countries or even from other institutions in India, I think it's important to highlight only very few research achievements. If you just talk about everything, they'll not remember anything about it. If you talk about 2-3 very key research highlights achievements of your university and the delegation comes, they will remember that. And then when they are ranking, it's oh, some very good research work was done. If you talk about 100 things, you know, this person, this, that, this person, then no, they're not going to remember anything. So that's also another. So, and then how do you, this is of course more difficult, how to improve your citations, because that is very, you know, that is again 30%. So only way is of course publish high impact papers or